up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm really excited to have this guest in the building. She always gonna cause all kind of drama. Well, not drama, but you get the people talking. We got Spice here.
What's up, sis?
What's up? And you know, we premiered your song, Round and Round. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
I can't help it now.
Speaking
Every
of
time,
which, I brought a gift for you.
Oh, you did?
I
Okay.
did.
I cannot wait to see what this is.
I couldn't choose
you
what
did
color.
give me a hat. That's so random because you know you came in here and I was like, I wish I had a hat. And then here we go. Let me
what
see.
color. I was like, is she a black girl, orange, green?
What color do we like?
That's what I was saying. So I said, let me bring all three so you could choose.
What y'all think? Somebody pick for me. What do you like the orange? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think orange goes good. Oh my God.
So
That
now
was
you
my
can
initial-
say yeehaw.
Round,
round and round. Funny
All
enough,
right, I
I
feel
was in the
good.
city. I was in Queens last night, all night, going to different clubs, and everybody was loving the song, and we was just dancing, and everybody was doing this, and everybody was round and round.
And it's perfect
So I'm
timing for
happy.
that.
Yeah, because you know it's like summer loading, and I just want people to dance and have fun. That's just what it is.
I know. And you know what, though? As much as you want people to dance and have fun, you know, this new album that you have on the way is a reflection of all of the things that you've been through.
Yes.
And I think in your music, you know, sometimes that's reflective. Other times it is dance and have fun.
Yes.
But it's so important to understand the journey because 25 years is crazy. And
It's
this
a
album
long
celebrates
time.
1999, you know?
I started in 1999, and 25 years is a long time. It's not no small thing. It's a very big thing. It's a big moment for me. And for me to still be relevant today, that's really what gets me, because you have a lot of people who started when I started, and they, you know, to just be consistent and in an ever-growing music industry, it really is just humbling for me to know that I've done 25 years and now I'm like the queen of dancehall. I started from nothing, literally, come up. I'm now doing this project independently by myself as a black woman from Jamaica. So it just made me feel good to see myself, and I feel proud of myself because I never gave up despite what nobody said.
And to be clear, you have a lot of accolades. A lot of times you're the first dancehall woman artist, you know, to win certain awards. You're the first one to bring Shaggy and Sean Paul together on a song.
Yes,
you know,
and that song has over 300 million
Go down
streams. Go down there. Yeah, so I'm just always just super happy and humbled over the blessing from God, because it's just by the grace of God while I'm still just, you know, creating music and doing it.
And I just want to, you know, sometimes when I'm also watching Love and Hip Hop, we get a glimpse into how hard that can be for you. Like with Carly Red, that's your girl, but y'all be, you know, going back and forth. And I remember there's one scene when you're like, I just need to walk away. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And
I turn your hat around.
Oh, sorry,
That's
I'm
annoying
backwards. She's like, look, yeah, but this bothering me.
It's bothering me so bad.
She's like, look.
There we go.
Yeah, all of that, but let's turn this hat around. But I know that's not easy, even sometimes just, you know, being on camera, filming and like falling out with Carly Red. And then you did make up and apologize.
I did. For me, you know, reality TV is just like your real life. You and people get into stuff, get into friends. The only difference is me that my stuff is just happening publicly on TV, on television. And that's just what it is. It's like real life story. It's reality TV. The only problem I have sometimes is that people don't understand that a 30-second clip is not what happened for the whole year.
It was a whole, It's been filming for a whole year.
It's been filming for a long time. And sometimes, you know, they're just seeing 30-second clips and then they want to, you know, feel like they can evaluate the situation.
Right.
That's just...
And I think with that one in particular, I remember you saying also that, you know, you feel like you always have to defend yourself because they were trying to make it seem like you were being loud and aggressive.
Right.
And so I want to get...
For me, when they try to make it seem like I'm loud and aggressive, I'm used to that. And I get that because I'm always labeled as the angry black woman.
Yeah,
but everybody
sucks.
else is allowed to display their emotion however they choose. There's so many other people on this franchise that we have seen that has been loud, that has expressed themselves openly, angry, you know, do whatever. But then it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. They go, oh, there she go. Oh, she's loud or she's aggressive or whatever. But everybody else is allowed to express themselves in whatever tone or anger, and they don't get labeled as angry. They're okay to do it.
Yeah, I do notice that on the show. And you know what makes it worse? When people be like, all right, calm down. And that make you even madder. Like, stop telling me calm down. I didn't even... And the next thing you know, you're like, damn.
Absolutely. And another thing, too, what I always say, just because something did not happen on camera, it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Right.
And some of the girls, that's why in my new song 2085T, I did say some of them girls that love and hip hop, they cap.
Yeah.
Because
cloud chasing.
Yes, you know what happened, but because the camera is on and because you want to look good on TV and because you want to be like the perfect person and you want to play the victim, then it becomes the tears and oh my God, and then everybody's like, oh my God, and I'm like, oh, here we go again, because I know what happened, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just always going to be myself and, love me or hate me. It is whatever it is. I stand 10 toes down on who I am.
As you should. 25 years, we have to just continue to celebrate that because just to think about when you even started.
1999.
And how
just to
things are
about
so much different now.
So much
but back
different.
Then, being a woman, getting into this dance hall game.
I was reflecting, and the name of my album is Mirror because I've been doing a lot of reflection. And I was reflecting and I was like, wow, 1999 when I started out, I was printing CDs and walking around and giving them out single-handedly to different people to listen to my music. Hey, can you, just to get my song out there, going to taxi man and bus driver, just giving them out CDs so they can play my songs. I was here before Instagram and a lot of these social media handles, So it's much different now. So I'm kind of living in an evolution just to see the growth of the music and dancehall and certain things that we have by the click of the finger just to go on TikTok and Instagram. It's so much easier now, but I've been there from CD, from cassette, just trying to get out there. So it's a long time coming.
And for myself, as a huge fan of dancehall, I've known about you for so long. So it was interesting. And I think it was good to see you when you first joined Love and Hip Hop. I was like, that's actually, to me, I know Love and Hip Hop can get a bad rap sometimes, but I think that was a groundbreaking thing.
It was groundbreaking for me. And I felt like it opened a lot of doors of opportunity for me. It gave people a lot of, it kind of exposed people to the Spice brand.
Right. And it ups the price, you know. And you definitely have done really well monetizing and having your own things happening because I always feel like that's important.
It's very important.
If you have this platform, I got to have some products.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I always try to just maximize in whatever way best that I can. And speaking of Love and Hip Hop and the franchise, I'm also, even though, because I'm producing my own album, The Mirror 25, I'm the executive producer for the album, but I'm also producing a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast album.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's, give me a little tea on what's happening this season.
That's so dope because you have put a lot of people on, too, on the show that are music artists and given, like, some credibility. Like, even Carly Red had, like, a song that...
Yeah, we did a song together that went #1 on the Reggae iTunes chart as well. So, but for me, I feel like...
That's a big deal,
we need to get back to the music. It definitely is a big deal.
Yeah.
I just feel like we lost it somewhere in that little... crew of us. Like, we just need to get back to the music and what Love and Hip Hop is about. And I just feel like who better to do it than me?
I'm glad you
I'm
did
the cast member with the most streams.
You know what? Because
let's talk about it. Because they want to downplay me all the time. So let's talk about it. Yeah, let's get back to the music.
It's supposed to be about music.
Yeah,
you do because Rashida does music. Like Scrappy does music. Chaotic does music.
Yeah, so Rashida's on the album, which I'm so excited for because she haven't been in the studio for a very long time.
Yeah,
and I'm a huge fan of Rashida. So I was like, come on, sis, let's go. Let's get back to the studio. And when she accepted, I was like, yes!
Keep it rolling. All right. And as we're talking about all of these different things, I saw, since we were talking about monetizing, the Forbes interview you did, and you were talking about one of the things that you bought that wasn't a good investment was you bought a house all cash.
Yes, I did.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
And it's still sitting there.
It's
somewhere.
Just sitting there? Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Are you sure it exists? Have you seen it?
Sometimes I forget about it. But yeah. I bought a house cash and I regret it, and it's not right for me to do. And now that I have more financial literacy, I'll never do that again because this is the reason why we got to build credits and, we got to use other people's money sometimes. That's what the rich people do. They use our money. That's why I tell people if you have a lot of money in the bank, you're doing it the wrong way.
I say that all the time.
You got to invest it and let that money make money for you. But I did that when I was younger. I felt like, you got to make a lot of money and buy a house. But no, you don't have to buy it cash, So that was just a lesson that I learned because I always tell people that losses are lessons and you got to learn from your mistakes.
I like that you said that, though, because a lot of times, and I do tell people this, like, I own property, I invest in real estate, but it's not always a good investment. People act like buying a house always is like the greatest investment, and sometimes it's not. you know.
It's a lot that comes with it, and that a lot of people are not prepared for. That's why some people you may go into foreclosure. It's good to own your property, but you got to be ready and
You
prepared
got to pay
for
them
it
taxes.
because it comes with a lot of bills and a lot of things. So you got to be prepared for it.
I
That's
just want you
what it
to sell
should
this
be.
house or do something with it now. Like, you can't just have it sitting there.
Airbnb is a new thing, you know, for us that is into real estate. I turned one of my properties into Airbnb, and that's doing extremely great.
That's good.
So I'm so happy for that one. I just feel like it comes with a lot of man work. So as single woman, sometimes, I'm not speaking for you now, I'm talking for myself, single and don't have that man behind you to do the manly stuff. Sometimes as a woman, it's hard because the carpenter with them will rob you and tell you all kind of things, and them are going to tell you, say, oh, you need this, and because you don't know much about the construction part of it, that's when you become oh my God.
You are so right. So I'm rehabbing my house in Brooklyn right now.
Yeah, see?
And it's so funny because they'll definitely talk differently to me, even though I own the house.
See?
If I have like my brother there, they'll act
it's a different language because your brother is supposed
I'm
to
not
know.
There, and they'll talk to him, and I'm like, this not even his house.
That's the thing.
They're like, yo, come here and take a look at this. I'm like, this is my house. Why are you telling him?
That's the thing that you deal with when it comes to properties.
Yeah, but I do make sure that I'm like, I have people around me that I get second and third, because sometimes it's annoying to go through all that.
They'll triple the price on you.
Yeah, but you do have to get like other quotes, and I do a lot of research online before I do anything, so I can see like what other people have paid for stuff, so I can compare it, you know, and see what. But you're right, because they'll tell you anything like, oh man, you need to do it, and you're like, what does that mean? All right, whatever, get it taken care of. But yeah, so back to this album, 2085T. First of all, such a creative video. And I feel like you're known for being super creative when it comes to your videos.
Thank you.
When it comes to your announcements, even though that pregnancy one had people mad. I was like,
but it was my new life, you know. That I was given a new life. And a lot of people don't understand it, and that's okay. You know, I'm grateful and humbled to be able to say I escaped death.
Right.
And I don't take that lightly. I know it wasn't a game. I just felt like I got a new chance of life, and that's what I was celebrating. And I framed that photo, you know, so it meant a lot to me, you know.
I really was praying for you during that time because I've always had such an affinity towards you, and to see, and people didn't know what was happening.
No, they didn't.
Either. So to see that, but the 2085T video, you're like an old lady.
Yes.
Let's
talk. We should have our teacups.
Yeah. By the way, you're gonna be a cute old lady in 2085.
Oh, thank you. I think so too. And I'm still gonna be dancing. You saw that I was twerking.
I saw you were twerking in there.
I was twerking.
But you definitely address some things on there, and there's definitely the tea. Now, I agree with the staying out the way, right?
Yes.
That's definitely a nice way. As we get older, we want to stay out the way.
That's not how I said it now, Angela. You must can give me like a patwa. I didn't say stay out the way.
Mind
say right now, me and mind my business.
Right now,
Give me a little patwa.
Okay.
Me and mind my business.
Right now, me and mind my business.
Yes. Me no business with nobody business.
But you did talk
she
about...
She can't do it. She's like, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Me a business. But let's talk about... You did address like things that we've kind of known about, you know, already, like somebody who worked for you, going behind your back. You put it in the song.
I did. It created a lot of controversy, which was surprising because I'm not going to say I didn't expect it, but it's like people don't understand that it's really my truth. I'm really sharing my truth and something that happened to me. It's my story. You know, people make it seem like I'm not allowed to talk about my story and what happened to me. Here I am saying my best friend slept with my kid's father. And
this was your fiance
at the time.
At the time,
we were engaged at the time when it happened. So yes, he was my fiance, and she was I considered her my best friend. Well, she said it too. So she was someone that I love. I'm not afraid to say I had a lot of love for her. You know, taking great care of her as a person, and I cared for her a lot. So that was heart-wrenching for me.
Right.
On the flip side, contrary, she's not here to defend herself. She now has a different story 3 years later.
What is a different story? I'm just curious. I'm just like, did it not happen? Because I don't see how you have a different story.
She says something else that it was forced, and it's a lot of different things. So it's like, okay. So I just leave it alone, but I just shared my story that, you know, that was heart-wrenching for me.
Is he still active in your kids' life?
Oh, in my kid's life, he's never been active in my kid's life. I'm a single parent since their birth. He has never given me $1 US to any of those kids. My son is 17 years old now, and I'm so proud of myself. I did that on my own as a single mother without the father, and they're doing great. My kids are beautiful. They're happy. They're living great. Thanks be to God that he, was able to put me in a position so as a woman I could stand up on my own and support my kids, but their father has never supported them in any way.
Just think about all you've accomplished, like to be in this position, to have raised your children the way that you needed to be, doing music, doing reality TV, being independent. That's a lot. Like, we got to give it up for you.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I take that because sometimes, like I said, I debrief and I'm like, wow, I really have overcome so much.
And overcome, like death, honestly. Like you were certainly in a position where didn't know what was going to happen
at all. So I'm grateful.
Yeah, and let's talk about like how has that changed your actual life once you got through to the other side and you're good now? Like, how has that affected you?
I feel like it makes me reflect more and prepare more because at the time I was like, wow. Like at a split second, and this is also what I want everyone to realize, that because that is something that is a must for all of us, but I don't think it's something we really think about. Like, what if? So do we have everything planned and organized and put together? And is our kids going to be okay? Do we set up certain things? Because it's a conversation that nobody wants to have. But at the time, I was like, wow, I should have put this in place. I should have did this. I don't even have a will. Or what's going to happen to my kids? Or da-da-da-da. So it was a lot of things that was just presented in front of me that now I'm even more prepared.
Right. You got to get ready. Even like getting life insurance together.
Yes. All of that.
Somebody told me their mom already has her funeral paid for in the plot. Like, that, and you don't ever want to think about that.
You don't want to hear that.
But,
it's not,
it is something to, like plan out. Because even if when I'm not here, I don't want my family to have to
go fund
have a fish fry.
Oh, she said fish fry. But yeah, it's true. It's true. It's reality.
Because it's already hard enough, but then now on top of it, the families arguing over who's paying for what. And then,
who's getting what.
Yeah,
Don't
and who's paying
that
these
part.
debts off. Yeah, so that's true too. Now, listen, I got to talk more about 2085 tea because there's a lot of tea.
It's a whole lot of tea
in there. So being blackballed, too. So let's talk about that experience, right? Because I know you're doing the memoir, right?
I am. I want to.
This feels feels like an intro to a memoir.
To be honest, if this one song caused so much controversy, I had part 2 and I had to cancel it.
What? I need to leak that. I need to leak it.
I was like,
all right. So tell me about that. The blackball. Like, tell me what happened because they wouldn't play your music on. Like, tell me what happened.
There were people that literally came up to me and confessed that people was paying to have my songs not played. Like, literally.
And this is because you got out of a contract, or what was the reason?
It didn't even have anything to do with contract. I felt like it was more about over my success. So people feel like they need to get me out of the way. And I'm not sure why people keep thinking that, because I always say, like, we in one business together where the cake is big enough to share for everybody. You can't be in every country at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody can be their own person. There's not going to be another Spice or another person that is like me. You can be your own self and I can be my own self and another person can be their own self, and everybody. And we can also share fans. A lot of people don't even realize that we share fans.
Absolutely.
And that's okay. Like, why can't we all just make it to the top together? Why it have to be a competition all the time? I feel like that's what it is. And I'm always going to be the good artist that I am. I'm a great stage performer, always creative. So I'm always going to be a problem for you if you're always thinking that, because I'm always going to try to come up with something good.
Right, yeah. And you're always going to be able to have your legs straight.
I'm always going to even when I'm old. Even when I'm an old lady.
That's interesting. I was thinking about this too, because I see with your success and like with Shenseea's success, I feel like people pit you guys for some reason. Like, I've seen it in comments, against each other.
They do that. I'm not sure why people
I don't think you do that. She doesn't do that, but people do that.
But the industry does that overall, even just with other artists. I've seen it too as well. I feel like they feel like there got to be a rivalry between two persons for a come up. I'm not sure why. Right. Because I don't feel that way.
What about the other women in dancehall in general? Like, how has that been for you? Because I have
When you mean like other women in dancehall, or
Yeah,
overall
like
in history?
just doing like collabs or reaching out to
The
you.
funny thing is, I've had a lot of collabs in dancehall, contrary to the belief where they make it seems like I don't have a lot of female collabs. I've collabed with Pampote before. I've collabed with Tifa. I've collabed with Steph London. I've collabed with Angel. I've collabed with so many women in the industry before, and more names that I'm not even thinking of right now, but people just make it seem differently.
Right.
But I do have a lot of female collaborations under my belt.
Now,
And I have more to come.
Oh,
And I have female
on
collabs
this
on my album.
Okay. So wait, when is it that you have a release date, right? I
Yes,
saw
I
you
do.
made the big announcement.
I made the big announcement. August 9th is the date that I choose. I'm
Okay.
excited. I can't wait. I'm the executive producer. So it's like all of these 25 songs that I chose was from me. So cuss me.
Yes.
For them.
And honestly, it was really fun listening to even your old woman voice.
Really?
On 2085T, because so far we've only got to hear Round and Round and 2085T, so that's what I have to base it off of.
Yes.
But it's a fun song.
Thank you.
And so is Round Round.
Yeah, I'm enjoying all the songs. I can't choose. People ask me, what's your favorite so far? I love all the songs. They all have a special place.
Which gets you most emotional? Because I feel like being that this is a reflective album, there's got to be some things on there.
The first song on there is what gets me very emotional.
All right, give me a little something about it.
It's a gospel song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. I started it with a gospel song.
And I know part of your journey has also been because you have, children, missing your children when you have to work.
Yes,
and I know you've
it's
expressed
a big
that.
sacrifice, absolutely. Leaving the kids and working and going back and forth is definitely a sacrifice. But what makes the sacrifice, not so okay, but what makes it smoother throughout the process is having my kids come to Atlanta and me giving them a box and they open it and it's a key and they're like, what's this? And I'm like, welcome to your house. And they're like crying and like, Mommy, no. And so you're able to show them why you work so hard, why you make the sacrifice, why you're doing what you're doing. And you give them a house and they're happy and they're excited. And then you give them another one.
Oh, okay.
And another one.
And your son is, you said, 17 now?
He's 17. And
Did
my
you buy him a
daughter
car
is 13. No. I told
he needs a car.
He wants the car, but I'm like, no, you're not ready. When I feel like you're ready, then I'll buy you a car.
He deserves a car.
He wants the car because he thinks I can afford it. But I said, no, you got to show me that you're prepared. I'm not going to buy you a car because I can't afford to. And then you go out in the streets and go crash and kill off people. No.
No.
You're not ready.
Does he know what kind of car he wants? Has he told you?
He told me about this ugly car. What's the name of this?
Is it the Tesla Cybertruck?
No, not the Cyber. She don't know. But he told me about this ugly car that looks like the police car.
Oh.
What's that? Like a Krongula? I don't know. Wrangler, right?
Okay.
I don't like it.
That's not bad.
It's
That's
ugly.
rugged. And it feels like a
ugly.
safe car, too.
It's ugly. I won't buy it, but
Okay. But good luck
he's
to him.
still not ready. He's not ready.
All right. And so, listen, we went through all of these. So what do you see for yourself in the future? Like, as far as Love and Hip Hop, and I feel like that is a good show for you. It's a good platform for you. Some people... have
feel
it
different.
Yeah. But for you, what do you see as your future there? Because like I said, as I was watching the show, there's some episodes where I felt like she might be ready to quit this. And I feel like there have been times when you probably were like, I'm not coming back to this.
There have been times.
Yeah.
I mean, Carly put me in that situation.
Yeah.
Because she was a friend of mine.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing for no show. It was real hurt, real pain. Someone that I poured into a lot. Like, I really love this person. And so when I was showing my anger, people didn't understand it. But that was because it's coming from a real place where I take you for a friend to the point of a sister where I would, do anything for you. So I was very hurt through that situation. But I'm over that. I'm not in that space anymore. I'm in a better place.
Good.
But looking back, sometimes I'm like, it really gets under my skin.
But you were
I
so
love
sweet.
hard.
You were so sweet though when you called her out there. Like
When
she
we
was
did the performance
I was like,
in the
okay, that's really
cold.
nice. But it's also hard to be the person that swallows your pride like that too.
It is. It
and to be the
definitely
one
is.
that's like, but it's a good lesson for people.
Especially when you have a little sister and she is the one that is provoking and she pokes the bear and does this thing and you're looking at her like, it's you. But it's like everybody's like, oh, poor thing, because she's always crying. That makes it even harder.
She's emotional. And so, what do you think about new sounds on this new album too? Because, like you said, gospel, and then we hear there's a little countryness to it.
Yes, the Round Round definitely have a little mix of country and dancehall and a little hip hop. I play around with a little Afro on it as well. In one of the songs, I'm speaking a little bit of like Indian, Spanish as well. So it's gonna be well rounded, and I'm excited for that.
So wait, hold on. Is it gonna be some type of reggaeton collab or something like that?
It's a reggae collab, not a reggaeton collab.
Okay. Oh my God,
I'm not
this
giving
is exciting.
You too much. It's a very exciting project. I'm excited for it.
Well, good. I'm happy. And being independent now, what was that process like for you doing this whole album, executive producing it yourself?
It was hard. Very difficult putting it together. Not going to take all the credit. Karen Young, I call him Levitate. He's like the composer. He built all the beats for this project, which I was super excited for because I was able to sit beside him and say, this is what I want. I want this like this. Let's do that. He gave me some sound. It wasn't too good. I'm like, you're sleeping. Let's do this again. It was very fun putting it together. Red Boom Super Mix, he mixed and mastered all the songs, and all of them was recorded at Ireland Studio, same place at Jamaica. So I did it at home in the comfort of Jamaica, and it was just very fun knowing that I'm able to choose the sound, the songs. I wrote everything by myself, and I'm producing, so it's fun.
Okay, now do they ever tell you, Spice, we need you to date somebody on the show?
Me? Who would I date on that show? There's nobody. I would have to bring somebody, right?
Do they ever say bring someone? Like,
they always want to know about my dating life, but I feel like keeping that a secret. Like, let's just
let me have something.
I got too much going on. Let's work with the too much that I got going on, because these men ain't it. They not it. I feel like my person is not born yet. He's
not around.
He's not around. He's not born yet. I'm probably gonna date somebody definitely younger than me, because in
about 25 years you'll get a.
I feel so.
Yeah.
Because my person, he's not around. He's not born yet. These new men, for real. She's laughing. That's true. These new men is not it.
You're gonna be like Madonna or Cher.
Oh, not that bad. Not that bad. But are you dating, Angela?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
don't
try to flip this on me, Grace.
No, because that's good. The last time you said you wasn't. That's so nice that you found a person.
Yes, and we're doing really good.
It's difficult for us girls out in the streets.
It is.
These men ain't it.
And plus, you kind of like being outside.
But I'm good.
Somebody has to have a lot of confidence to date you. Honestly, like
that's true.
They do, because they know you're going to be on tour. They know you're going to be filming this. They're going to get mad over the things that are happening. On the show.
A lot of people have had a lot of egotistic.
They're going to have to take pictures. People are going to come up and they're going to be like, "Yo, bro, can you take this picture?"
There goes the egotistical thing that I was talking about. So it is true. People got to be. Anybody that's going to date me have to be strong, and they got to be a man. And I'm not going to be able to teach you to be a man. You have to have that within you. A lot of times people say, "Oh, let the man be a man." How do I make you be a man? You have to have that self-confidence within you. Because if you come around me and people are giving you the phone to take my picture, how do I control that? If that's going to make you feel small. If you come around me and you come into my house and my closet is bigger than your bedroom, how do I make you feel better? And it's a lot of things that comes with dating strong women.
It's got to be somebody very specific, somebody who could be supportive and not like get in a fight with you right when you're about to leave and go do something important and
all of that.
And all of that. All right, well, look, I hope that when he's born, by the time he's 25 years old, you're going to be... just like you look in the 2085 video.
Absolutely.
Well, again, Spice, thank you so much. I do always love having you on. And,
thank you so much.
I'm always such a big fan.
Thank you. I appreciate
by the way.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, it's way up.